Makeup artist and influencer Nikki Tutorial recently revealed that she's a transgender woman. Although supported by many, the decision to come out was forced by another person blackmailing Nikki to reveal her true identity. It is so important that people live in the trueness of their entire identity, no matter the story behind it. Whether it's something you overcame or changed, being a survivor or overcomer is so much more powerful than pretending that it never happened. Yes, life is painful, and yes, the truth isn't always pretty. But I think we get in a bind when we try to force people to see us how we see ourselves. And that's just not how the world works. Instead of focusing on the millions of people who would support your before and after, or where you come from, we focus on trying to get everyone to like us. So we put up this front of who we are entirely for everyone else so they can see us how we see ourselves. But then when our past or things we've been through are revealed, we are exposed as not living in our truth. And when we do that, it usually comes to the thing that you so desperately sought to hide becomes the single thing people recognize you for. When you're not willing to share all parts of you, you're not really sharing your truth. I can totally understand if someone says, that's not me, that's not who I am anymore, that's never who I felt like I was. Why do I have to live in something that I never felt like was me in the first place? Well, the truth is, it was you. It may not have felt that way, you may not have identified with it, but at some point in your life, that did happen, or that was you. And in order to have this entire story or life be true, you have to remember that the things that weren't you also make you who you are. Now, I'm not saying you got to put all your business out there for people to be judge, jury, and prosecution. But when you have a relationship with people or with a person and you decide that you're not going to tell them the entire truth about who you are, you put the other person at a disadvantage to choose whether or not they have the capacity to handle your truth. And you cannot be attached to the way people feel about your truth. Also, for people who are in front of the camera, you always have to keep in the back of your mind that even though you have a personal life, there is an imaginary contract that says that the stuff that really is sensitive to you is almost public record. So my advice for everybody out there struggling to live in their own and live in the fullness of who you are is to just do it, to be upfront about it, to know that the people who are going to support you and love you and be behind you are not going to be intimidated by your truth. So please, 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 please live in your truth and be upfront about it.